What is up, Earthnoids and Spacenoids? I am just a simple new type, and in this episode, we are returning to Blue Destiny. Last time, you helped Clust with Unit 2 and Unit 3. Last time, you finally fought Nimbus. Jill helped Nimbus sneak into the Quebec labs and killed Moses. He stole Unit 2 and left Unit 3 for you. This time, the team takes over an HLV base. They head into space, and they face off with a familiar top-secret autonomous core. So let's get into this. We start with the state of the current war by seeing glimpses of events. We see White Base make its push towards Solomon. We see the 16th Autonomous Core and the Thoroughbred from Gundam Side Story and Missing Link. We then see the Slave Wraiths team from Missing Link. I need to return to covering those. And then there is the Guinea Pig team. The next destination is a Xeon HLV base in Moscow. You is certain Nimbus is there. The Guinea Pig team is informed that they are too late as there was an HLV launch yesterday. You says if that is the case, we need to go into space as well, but they have to figure out Nimbus's destination before they start making moves. The commander providing them with intel suggests joining their garrison for a mission to take out the HLV base. They have one gym Cold Districts type and a bunch of Zaku's that they repurposed. For more on the Cold Districts type, go check out War in the Pocket. It's almost that time of the year anyways. He says if they take that base, they are free to look at the flight logs and records. It will probably contain Nimbus's location. They head out. The commander pilots the D-Type gym, while his men and the guinea pigs follow suit. He tells you that the D-Type is a product of his team's testing. 3 DOMs move in. 2 try to flank while 1 other rushes forward. Unit 3 is able to take out all 3 with lightning-fast speeds. You wonders if he should activate the exam system. Marion says, no, not yet. Their mission is complete. They have captured the base. However, watching over the guinea pigs is the Slave Wraith team. They wanted to capture the base and wondered what move they should make next. Travis Kirkland says that this reminds him of the Blue Reaper, which is not blue. He is talking about Pale Rider. However, he notes this is different. Regardless, it seems they plan on attacking the guinea pigs. Maureen is gathering all the records, though it is heavily encrypted. The commander plans on blowing this place up in 30 minutes. The cold weather is making tensions run high, but Philip's gym dominance is using too much power. Meanwhile, Travis is moving in his Slave Wraith. Marine gets a signal that the incoming allies heading towards the base were attacked. Philip and Simona's suits are currently getting repairs. Alf says, do I have some mobile suits for you? The two end up going out in Zaku's, with you in blue taking the front. Doris leads the guinea pigs into a trap. They took the bait. However, you and the team holds their position. You know something is ahead. The Slave Wraith says screw it and make the first move. You pulls out his beam saber and moves in for close combat. Travis says he is trying to bring out the unit's full power. They were the ones who sent out a distress signal. Simona calls that dirty tactics. That is when Marion says, hey man, let's do this. Blue moves into action. Their dummy hover truck detonates, but Blue is too fast. Travis says, come at me, bro. Diver sets a trap while Bomber moves in. Meanwhile, Unit 2 and Nimbus have made their way to space. We get a brief intro to the Slave Wraiths. Doris Brand, aka Diver, is the intel gal. She is in a Type 61 tank and fires at Philip. Marvin Harriet, aka Bomber, is the firearms expert sporting a gun cannon heavy Type D. Simona is dodging his attack. Edward Lee, aka Hire, is a mechanic who can pilot anything. Travis, aka Fixer, is waiting for you to make a slip-up in the snow. You says this pilot has crossed paths with the exam system. This is because of his experience with Hades. You fully activates the exam. It jumps in the air with such grace and speed that they think it can fly under Earth's gravity. You goes for the head, but he stops short. Travis wonders why he stopped. He says that Blue tells him what a bad guy is, and he isn't a bad guy. They all meet one another and learn that the Slave Wraiths are the 20th Mechanized Composite Corps. The Federation has 20 experimental special forces teams running around during the 1-year war. Until they need to make more Gundams and expand out the 1-year war even more, we're milking this for every last drop, bitches. He wants to know more about the unit they came across during their time in Jaburo. That is similar to Yu's unit. Alf tells him he is probably talking about Pale Rider using Hades. Remember, near the beginning of this manga, when Yu passed out, they were carrying a core. This core eventually moved to Augusta Labs and became Hades. Al says not to compare the units, as Hades crosses the line into inhumane territory. What about Marion, bro? That seems like a gray zone. Diver helps Marine encrypt the base records. Unlike Pale Rider, Blue warned Yu not to attack the Slave Wraiths. They must truly be different. The Slave Wraiths take off on their secret mission. The guinea pigs are ready to head into space. Later, the team runs simulations at Luna 2. Philip is mad that they aren't going directly after Jill, but they still need training in Zero G. Nimbus and his team seem to be heading to Side 5. This brings up bad memories from the 1-week war that Yu doesn't want to revisit. In a coincidence, Amado and Char are fighting one another at Side 5 in Texas Colony. This will be the future home of the Garden of Thorns, and this will later become the Frontier Colonies. Remember, Side 4 was at L5 before moving to L1, which is where Side 5 is located. I think this author is calling all L1 colonies Side 5. It should also include the future home of Industrial 7 as well, but that isn't mentioned. The Guinea Pigs check out the Lancia, a testbed Salamis-class ship retrofitted as a mobile suit carrier. Data from the Lancia went on to inform the Nelson-class ship. We discussed the Nelson in our Johnny Ryden coverage. As Yu launches in blue, he thinks about the colony drop. A Chevet-class ship is harboring the Nimbus team. The captain's right-hand man wonders why Caecilia is going through all the trouble for one team. He is unsure, but the blue unit that Nimbus has makes him uncertain. Jill's gun is good to go, but Unit 2 still needs to be finely tuned for space use. Tristan and Jill bicker about leaving parts behind that will help them in space. Their Federation scouts approach the Chevet. Nimbus decides to handle them himself. Unit 2 isn't configured properly. Blue shoulders are painted red with the Xeon seal. Nimbus swiftly takes out the gems and balls. Everyone watches in awe by the power of blue. One day he will have to utilize the exam, but today is not that day. Yu is taking out 2 Rick Doms. He and Marion are working together as perfect partners. Suck it, Philip and Simona. He takes down a Chevet class. Philip, Simona, and Yu bicker with one another about their maneuvers. They aren't working well as a team in space. They meet with Alf about the next mission. They're helping out the captain before heading to Side 5. We meet the Lancia captain, David Bedford. He says that they are still green in space, so they're taking a slight detour to meet with the Thoroughbred and the 16th Autonomous Corps. Yu needs a Gundam as a sparring partner. The Thoroughbred is in charge of holding the line between Solomon and Granada, and to sever supply lines between the two. The Thoroughbred gets a message. The message says, "This old warrior dons the mantle of knighthood once more, honoring the Federation's aspirations embodied in your vessel's name, and gallops towards inevitable triumph." The captain, Commander Kirsten Lobard, knows that this is David. The 11th and the 16th meet. The two captains reminisce. In the hangar, they show off Gundam's Unit 4 and Unit 5. They all meet with Ford Romfellow and Luce Cassell. Ford challenges Yu to a simulated battle in his G5 versus Unit 3. He, of course, accepts. Maureen is mad, but still collects data on this testosterone competition disguised as training. The two begin. The goal is simply to take down the other unit. Ford fires his giant Gatling gun. In the simulator, he can't sense Marion, but his desire to take down Nimbus is all the motivation he needs. Yu needs to get in close if he wants to win. Yu's aim is amazing, but Ford's maneuvers are better. Ford fights with fearlessness, and Yu can't get a feel on him. 4 stabs Unit 3's right arm. That is when Alf comes in and stops the simulation. Yu instantly asks questions about Ford's maneuvers. Philip says that they won't stand a chance in a team battle. They then do a team simulation where the Guinea Pigs get wrecked. Unit 5's Gatling gun and Unit 4's Mega Beam launcher work flawlessly with one another. It vaporized Philip's gym dominance in the simulation. Alf mentions that he got some good spatial awareness data from the simulations. It is rare that Alf can collect Gundam versus Gundam data, so they should savor this opportunity. Isn't Blue just a gem with a Gundam head? They prepare for the next mock battle. It will be the Lancia and Guinea Pigs versus the Thoroughbred, 3 Salamises, G4, G5, and some gun cannons. They are to search and destroy the Thoroughbred while in the asteroid cluster. This test is about fighting while reserving their propulsion. It's pointless to win a battle if you can't make it back to your ship. You wouldn't want that to happen. Philip says, "Why are you pointing at me, man?" You know why, Philip. You know why. The Guinea Pigs move in. They're going to be masters of stealth, so they need to be on their guard. Long-range attacks are going to be their enemy in this battle. A beam blast gets close to the team. It is 2 Salamis-class ships moving in. Yu wonders why the commander revealed the 2 ships with that shot. He realizes they are using the 2 ships as a wall. They have to maneuver in the asteroid field. The 16th is planning a war of attrition. They knew that the Guinea Pigs needed to rush in and end the battle swiftly if they wanted to win. This will slow them down and, even worse, waste their propellant. They are forcing Yu's team to make a beeline. The Thoroughbred moves in to phase 2 of their plan. Public-class ships approach the Guinea Pigs. Hey, that wasn't in the mission briefing. They take down a few, but some fire a beam diffusion screen. This makes their beam weapons useless. They are forced into a funnel where G5 is waiting, ready to attack. And that will do it for this episode. This episode was cameo heavy as we got to see the slave wraiths and the thoroughbred team. Those stories will definitely be our focus after we complete this manga. Next time, we will see the outcome of the mock battle. We get another flashback between Nimbus and Marion, and the team finally makes moves on Nimbus and Unit 2. But that will do it for now, new types. Remember, battles are easy when you have a new type angel on your shoulder. Peace.